Have you ever noticed how quickly you reach for your phone when you feel bored? You open it without thinking. You scroll, watch, click, and suddenly 15 minutes are gone. Maybe you didn't plan to do that. Maybe you just wanted to check one message. But somehow, you got lost in a world of notifications and dopamine hits. This is not your fault. This is how the brain works. Dopamine is a chemical messenger that drives your motivation and pleasure. It's what makes you chase things that feel good: food, success, likes, or even that next episode of your favorite show. Dopamine itself is not bad. In fact, without it, you wouldn't get out of bed. It's what helps you learn, grow, and reach your goals. But there's a problem. In today's world, everything around us is designed to trigger dopamine, fast, easy, and often. Think about it. You no longer need to wait for anything. You can get food delivered in minutes, find a new song instantly, or watch hundreds of short videos that make you laugh or cry within seconds. It feels good, right? But here's the trap. The more we chase instant pleasure, the harder it becomes to enjoy real, lasting happiness. When everything comes too easily, your brain starts to expect constant stimulation. Suddenly, reading a book feels boring. Working on your goals feels too slow. Even spending time with friends without checking your phone feels uncomfortable. Your brain is always looking for the next hit. This is what scientists call the dopamine trap, when we become addicted to quick rewards and forget how to enjoy the process.
Let's pause for a moment. Think about your own habits. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you check your phone? Do you scroll while eating? Do you watch something every time you feel tired or sad? Many of us do. Because it's easy. It distracts us from discomfort. But every time we choose quick comfort over slow effort, we teach our brain that pleasure must always come fast. So how can we escape this cycle? The first step is awareness. You can't change what you don't notice. Start by observing your patterns. When you reach for your phone, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Am I bored? Am I avoiding something difficult? Just noticing the impulse already gives you power. You don't have to stop everything at once. You just need to become conscious. The second step is to create dopamine balance. That means you allow yourself to enjoy pleasure, but you also practice doing hard things. The things that don't give instant results, but bring deep satisfaction over time. It's about training your brain to enjoy both, the quick and the slow. Here's an example. Let's say you love watching videos online. Instead of stopping completely, try this. Set a limit. Watch for 20 minutes, then do something that requires effort. Go for a walk, read a few pages of a book, or learn a new English phrase. Your brain will resist at first. It will whisper, just one more video. But if you stay with the discomfort for a few minutes, something amazing happens. Your brain starts to reset. You begin to feel calm. You start to notice small joys again. The sound of birds, the warmth of the sun, the taste of your coffee. That's the power of balance. When you stop chasing pleasure all the time, simple things begin to feel special again. In psychology, this process is called dopamine detox. It doesn't mean you cut all fun from your life. It means you take small breaks from constant stimulation. No phone, no social media, no music for a few hours. Just quiet. It's not easy. At first, you might feel restless, but after some time, you'll feel peace. You'll start to hear your own thoughts again. You'll reconnect with the part of yourself that doesn't need constant noise to feel alive. Now, think about your goals. Maybe you want to learn English, get fit, or start a business. These things take time. They don't give instant dopamine hits. But here's the truth. Real success is slow dopamine. It's built through repetition, focus, and patience. Each time you sit down to study, even when you don't feel motivated, you're training your brain to enjoy effort. And that is the secret to long-term happiness. Let's make this practical. Here are 3 steps to start building a healthier dopamine relationship today. Step 1. Delay gratification. When you want something, wait a few minutes before you get it. If you feel the urge to check your phone, count to 60. If you want to eat something sweet, drink some water first. These small delays teach your brain that not everything needs to happen right now. Step 2. Replace passive pleasure with active pleasure. Passive pleasure is when things entertain you, like scrolling or watching. Active pleasure is when you create or engage, like cooking, learning, exercising, or talking to someone. Active pleasure gives you more lasting dopamine because it involves effort.
Step 3. Reward effort, not only results. When you finish a study session, tell yourself, "Well done, I showed up." When you practice English, celebrate that you tried, even if it wasn't perfect. This shifts your dopamine from "I need to win" to "I love growing." Remember, your brain loves progress. Every time you do something that feels slightly difficult, you release dopamine too, but in a balanced, sustainable way. That's why people who challenge themselves, even a little bit each day, feel more alive and fulfilled. Here's something to think about. Dopamine doesn't make you happy. It makes you want. And if you don't control what you want, your wants will control you. So choose your wants wisely. Want growth, want peace, want meaning, because those are the kinds of rewards that don't fade after a few seconds. There's also a deep connection between dopamine and your emotions. When you rely too much on external stimulation, you often lose connection with your internal world. You forget how to just be, to sit with yourself, to think. But when you slow down, when you breathe, when you spend a few minutes without seeking stimulation, you reconnect with your inner strength. This is why many people today feel anxious or empty, even when life looks full. They're surrounded by excitement, but their minds are tired. True happiness doesn't come from more pleasure. It comes from deeper awareness. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. Start small. Take 5 minutes each morning without your phone. Go for a walk without music. Try to feel what's around you. Try to listen to the sounds, the air, your thoughts. This is how you train your brain to slow down.
And as you listen to this story, think about your own life. What are the small changes you could make today to bring more balance? Maybe it's studying English for 10 minutes instead of watching another video. Maybe it's writing your thoughts instead of scrolling. Every small step counts. If you learn to control your dopamine, you learn to control your life. You become stronger than your impulses. You start to feel free again, free to choose, not just react. So, next time you feel bored, don't rush to fill the silence. Sit with it. Because sometimes, silence is where clarity begins. Sometimes, the best dopamine hit is peace itself. The truth is, you can't remove dopamine from your life, and you don't need to. You just need to guide it. Use it to build, not to escape. Use it to grow, not to numb. Every time you choose growth over comfort, your brain changes. You're literally rewiring your mind for resilience, focus, and joy. So pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Smile. You're not behind. You're just learning to slow down in a world that's moving too fast. And remember, the most powerful pleasure isn't in the next notification. It's in becoming the person who doesn't need it. Keep going, keep growing, and keep listening. Because the more you listen, the more you learn, not just English, but the language of your own mind. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe and stay with us for more. Every time you listen, you train your ear, your focus, and your inner peace. And that is the best kind of dopamine there is. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep believing in your growth. Subscribe for more English stories that inspire your mind and your heart.